Hello, all. Thank you all for sticking with me, and thank you. I like being able to talk and get things up directly from my camera phone and posting it. Once I'm done uploading it directly to YouTube, because that way I can talk, get it up there, and do other things. And I will probably go back to doing some edited ones a bit later on, but this allows me to talk while it's in my head, and I could talk a bit more. I think I want to say freer. That would be a good word to use there. And if you hear some harmonica playing in the background, it seems to have stopped. That's my son Harrison. So, and I like being able to talk to you. Like Clarence Fisher said to me, it's like I'm in my living room talking to you. Well, my room of clutter, my media room. So, I wasn't going to get it. But Beatle fans are such enablers. And so I did get Pure McCartney. And for 25 bucks, which I got it, it's not a bad price for 4 CDs filled with a bunch of great tunes. 4 CDs, I kind of consider it Paul McCartney's equivalent of this John Lennon collection, Give Me Some Truth, which came out in 2010. This was 4 discs as well. I think I paid more for this than I did this. The only difference is this is arranged thematically. Disc 1 being Working Class Hero. Disc 2 being... disc 2 is, I think, a Woman, actually. And then disc 3 is Borrowed Time. And disc 4 is Roots, all of his rock and roll stuff. This is not arranged thematic. In fact, it's not even arranged in chronological order. He didn't want it to be considered a career retrospective. And in fact, in the liner notes, this is what made me want to finally get it. Me and my team came up with the idea of putting together a collection of my recordings with nothing else in mind other than having some fun to listen to. Maybe to be enjoyed on a long car journey or an evening at home at a party with friends. So we got our heads together and came up with these diverse playlists from various periods of my long and winding career. So basically, each disc is just a playlist, a good playlist of songs to play, like he says, while you're on a long car journey. And I played it, and I've been playing them on my way to and from work, or a couple Fridays ago I played it coming home from a gig at night to keep myself awake. And it really did keep me awake on a 1:45 a.m. car ride home. And I'm singing along in the car to all these songs. The good thing is that it's your hits. You have your Jet, you have your Maybe I'm Amazed, you have your silly love songs, but you also have your Flaming Pie, your Calico Skies. Arrow Through Me from Back to the Egg. There's a couple songs that I would have liked to have included, and I think we all would. I kind of would have voted for So Glad to See You Here from Back to the Egg on here. The main one that I thought would be on here, because it was a hit, at least in the UK, was Once Upon a Long Ago, which was on the English edition of All the Best, which that compilation came out, I believe, in the fall or winter of '87. And Clarence Fisher, if you're watching WXRT, used to have a show in the '80s. I think it was simulcast out of the BBC called Rock Over London, and I think they had the BBC top 20 countdown on it, and I think this was his last. That was his last top 20 or last top 10 hit in the UK. I have to check on that. I think I read that on Wikipedia. I will definitely have to check on that, but it was never available domestically, at least not to my knowledge. It was, with the exception of the McCartney Years DVD box set, DVD collection of all of his videos. And he did a nice audio commentary on that. The song always reminds me of the holiday season. Probably because that's when I first heard it, and plus the video has an animated sequence of a family around the piano during Christmas time. Kind of sweet. But I was really hoping when they announced this collection that Once Upon a Long Ago would be on here. Some nice photos in here. by the way. But no Once Upon a Long Ago. No Once Upon a Long Ago. So I was like, it's not on here. Why does he not want to release that domestically? Has he forgotten he even did the song? But I like the song a lot, and I was really hoping that was on here. But it's not on here. But for the price that this is, it's a bargain. 4 CDs, some great songs on here. You could take one CD, and like you said, while you could take one CD, put it on a journey, and bring it home. Like 4 CDs, a diverse playlist. Put it on when you get home while you're cooking dinner, or you're going on a long driving trip on vacation somewhere. It works when you put it in that context. Now the question is, do you really need another Paul McCartney compilation? That's really up to you. I mean, we Beatlemaniacs feel the need to buy everything and rebuy everything, so it is kind of a sickness that we have. A good sickness, but it is a sickness. But I don't know. I can't say. It took me a long time to get it, because normally when a reissue or something Beatle-related comes out, I have it pre-ordered on the release date. I didn't pre-order this until a couple people said, you need to get it. It's really a good collection. And that's when I finally went and did it, after the word of mouth hit me. But come on, I mean, Big Barn Bed, when are you going to get that from Red Rose Speedway? When are you going to get that on a Macca compilation? I would have liked Give Ireland, again, I would have liked Give Ireland Back to the Irish on here. But that's kind of too preachy. But you get the unedited version of Junior's Farm, which on the Wingspan compilation is a radio edit, a DJ edit, which the DJ edit was not even on the 45 single when it came out. So, I say that if you want a good collection, of bargain for 4 CDs of great songs, a mixture of hits and deep cuts, yeah, go ahead and get it. You don't have to rush out to get it. You can ask somebody to get it for you during the holidays or whatever. It's worth owning. Like I said, because it's just a great collection of songs. And that's all I can say on this. With the exception of Once Upon a Long Ago, which I wish was on here. It's a pretty good collection. However, something that Fab 4 Free For All pointed out, this cover shot is very similar to Photograph, the Best of Ringo, that compilation. Very similar. Even the title is in the same spot. So if you get your CD out of that, if you have that, that's interesting to check out. And another thing that is interesting to bring up, today is August 17th. It was announced today that Paul McCartney has re-signed with Capitol in the U.S. after being with Concord Music and going the indie route for several years. Even putting his back catalog on Concord Music with the Archive collection. But now he re-signed with Capitol. I hope it doesn't mean we're going to get new versions of what's already came out on the Archive collection. But hopefully that does mean that what is set to come out in the Archive collection will be a lot sooner than what we have. But what somebody pointed out on a group, that this actually now seems like a thank you to Concord Music. Like, he knew he was going to sign with Capitol. This is technically his last release with Concord Music before he goes back to Capitol. And it's like a kind of a good thank you, kind of a goodbye to Concord. Thank you for the years and allow me to do what I wanted to do. So that's interesting, but stay tuned on that. The new signing with, or the re-signing with Capitol in America. Thank you.